Yo, we back, brothers.
We all back in the building? No, we can't be back, man. Is we back in the building, man?
Man, we back in the building.
Man, I thought they missed us, Joe. They ain't missed us out there, man.
Man,
What's the word, man? Bars and buckets. The hottest, dopest sports and hip hop podcast out there, man. So glad y'all tuned back in with us. What's good, man? We had to take a week off. You know, Adrian had some stripper duties to take care of. Go handle his business, make his couple coins, you know what I'm saying? But we back at it, man. Welcome back to the Dopest Man podcast. Be sure you go follow us on Instagram and on YouTube, man. Facebook as well. We talk about all the great things that's going on. It's a lot of stuff going on in sports too, man. We talk about all type of stuff, man. You got me, Big Reg, you got Coin, you got the real AD. Fellas, what's up, man? Y'all good?
man, it's good to be back, man. Good to be back, man. I missed y'all last week, man. It's been crazy, man. You know, anytime you got graduation, graduation season and graduation activities and all this crazy stuff, man, it was super hectic, man. But now that that's over with, we could get back to the good stuff, man.
Come on, what's up, boy? You good?
Good, man. Just being real. Last 2 weeks been rough. So
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then not having, the outlet last week where we can get on and talk. That probably has something to do with it. You know what I'm saying? When we played the music, I kind of spruced up a little bit.
Yeah.
So ready to rock, man. Glad everybody all right. Seeing everybody, man. So let's do it.
Let's do it. And once again, man, welcome to Bars and Buckets. If this is your first time tuning in to the Dopest Sports and Hip Hop Podcast, we welcome y'all, man. We just three brothers out here just talking the good stuff, man, talking about everything that's going on in the world. Like I said, be sure you follow us on Instagram, Bars and Buckets, YouTube, Facebook, everything, all platforms, on also on any type of other podcast platforms that you may listen to, Apple Podcasts and things like that. Man, we here each and every week. We are in season 1. Wrapping up season 1, going into season 2 pretty soon, man.
Yes,
but we'll talk about everything that's going on. Be sure you comment, like, and share, and subscribe to the things we're talking about. If you just your first time tuning in, what we do to kick off every show, we take a free throw. Now, when you think of free throw, you may think of going to the line taking a shot, right? Nah, we take different shots. And that's a shot of what y'all drinking, fellas.
Man, I'm still finishing up this bottle of tequila, man. So
Oh,
still on tequila right now.
my man. Okay, Corn.
All right. So this was something new for me.
Uh-huh.
Whiskey called Tin Cup. I
Okay.
want to shout out my co-worker, my partner in crime, Dan King. Looked out for the B-Day. So, you know what I'm saying? Super smooth.
It's
And
tequila.
I'm going to take my free throw in the Tin
Man,
Cup.
man, we
damn.
all right, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Y'all acting bougie now, huh? Okay, cool. All right, I'll stick with my Quavo. I'm the cheap nigga. Let's go. Fuck y'all. So, if you're out there tuning in, get your shots in the air, whatever you're drinking on, smoking on, whatever you do, indulge in, and kick off the show the right way. Fellas, get it in the air. Let's do it.
Yes, sir. Still pouring in your 10 cup over there, man?
Right.
I'm good. In my Tin Cup.
Yes,
Let's do it.
all right, bros.
All right. Welcome back. All right, y'all. So we're gonna kick off the show. Of course, we have a lot of sports to talk about, a lot of hip hop stuff to talk about, man. But we have to talk about, first of all, we're gonna spend a couple minutes on the pulse of our nation, the things that's going on in the world. There was a tragedy that happened in Texas yesterday, where 18-year-old kid came in and shot up an elementary school, killing a lot of kids, killing an adult. Ultimately, his life was taken as well. This isn't the first time this has happened. Even the last month, we had the grocery store shoot. We had multiple things that's happened over the world. You had Steve Kerr, who's the coach of the Golden State Warriors, come on the platform and say that gun reform, we need to take that more serious.
Yeah.
There's things that other people, other celebs, other talk show hosts, other podcasts and things that talk about it. So we're going to talk about it as well. Give your thoughts on what's going on and your initial reaction. And fellas, man, what was your initial reaction when you heard what happened?
Man, it's funny because when it happened, and I did um announcements this morning at school, just kind of, in honor of the victims, and just kind of explaining how crazy, this world we live in is, man. It's no safe place, man. You remember when schools and churches and things like that, man, we didn't have to really look over our shoulder. Like, it wasn't a place where we had to really be worried about these type of things happening. And now it's like, and the victims just get younger and younger, man. It's like nobody really, just a careless, spineless type of action, man. I know one of my boys had mentioned, mental health, and while I understand how prevalent mental health is, and how that is certainly an issue, I do think at some point, we also have to just acknowledge decision making, right? And let's just not figure out a place to blame, or figure out something to blame it on, because at the end of the day, this was a thought out thing.
Yeah.
You shoot your grandmother first,
Right.
right? You shoot your grandmother first, and then once you get to the school, you barricade the classroom, so that they can't get out, right? So it was certainly just a real bad situation. It was tough, man. It was tough today, really, just watching the families and the pictures that they were showing of the kids, right? So the families, just realizing that it's over with, like realizing they lost the child, man. So it was a tough day, man. I'm not gonna lie, I was I was angry, man. If any word can describe how I really felt, I was extremely angry.
Yeah. Definitely feel that. Corn, what you got, man?
So I heard about it like way after the fact.
Right.
So it was probably in the evening when I heard about it. So of course, being an educator, being a parent, it definitely pulled on my heartstrings.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, it just made me like the stuff you take for granted every day, like going to work or your kids going to school. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't promised to make it back just because you went to work or they went to school. So it was just like, you know what I'm saying? Just one of the moments. And then today, you know what I'm saying? Like, in the morning, I work the main entrance. I'm at the main entrance greeting the students.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning. How y'all doing? Good morning. And every time that door would open, it was just like, whoa, that could have been one. That could have been one. That could have been one.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, it just was a different perspective today. And, speaking to some of the students that came in my office talking about it, and they just like, man, it's crazy, yo. We not safe anywhere. We're not safe at school. We're not safe at home. We're not safe, to and from school. There's a lot of the students say how they even want to get out of Chicago because it ain't safe anywhere. So it's crazy. I know a lot of politicians, they want to do something about guns. I know that's a touchy subject for both sides of the aisle.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to remain non-political on stuff, but something got to be done, but I don't know what has to be done. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
So, once again, guys, thank you for tuning in to Bars and Buckets, man. We are a dope sports and hip hop show. We're going to get into our topic pretty soon, but we're talking about right now in honor to the victims of the tragedy that happened in Texas. And last night, I mentioned on another show that, there is a standard. Unfortunately, this is becoming too common where stuff like this happen. You see what I'm saying? One of the guests on the show, shout out to Dia Shanti, she mentioned something about, the parents, some of the parents have to take some type of responsibility for it. You know, another person on the show that's mentioned about mental health. You know, is it a mental thing?
Mm-hmm.
But what I want to ask you guys and everybody that's tuning in and out there, is it just way too easy to get a gun nowadays? I remember when I was a teenager, it was so hard to even get the gun out of my grandfather's closet without getting smacked.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, kids can buy a gun like they buying a bag of chips.
Yeah.
What do y'all think is the main thing we need to do? Y'all in education, you know,
Right.
80s in elementary, corners in, you know, y'all are in, you know, in the school system.
Mm-hmm.
What do y'all think we need to do to kind of monitor how these kids are getting these guns, these teenagers, these, you know?
Well, I mean, you definitely mentioned a key component, right? And that's supervision, right? The key component is supervision and acknowledgement and knowing what's going on around you and in your child's life, right? Unfortunately, and you know, as the generations go, unfortunately, we've gotten to a point where the streets are teaching our kids and we're not doing it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So they're getting immersed in a lot of things because parents, and I'm only saying it because I've seen it. I'm not making this up. Because we have a sector of parents that are afraid to have certain conversations.
Oh,
So they're allowing the streets to teach their kids instead of them having that conversation with them about responsibilities and how, you know, one false move can ruin your whole life, right?
right.
And how it's just not, that's not something you should be worried about. You don't need to be trying to obtain guns, but it's very easy, man. It is extremely easy to get them now. And then, you know, you got to realize some of them don't even have serial numbers on them,
Mm.
right? Some of the guns will have serial numbers. So now you got hot weapons that pretty much can't even be traced or tracked. So it definitely, you know, there definitely has to be a tighter ship around it. How that happens and what needs to happen with that, I mean, certainly it starts with just being more vigilant from a parental perspective.
I get it. Quan, what you think?
Um, it's a very sensitive topic, so I'm gonna watch how I say it because I know how you say things could kind of, you know, go the wrong way. So, first, as far as access to weapons, a lot of these kids got access to weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Super easy. But the thing with that is, can they stop dropping them off in our neighborhoods?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this documented. You can do your own research, your own Google searches. I mean, we know different things that's taking place
Mm-hmm.
in Chicago. Now, as far as this young guy, the 18-year-old, he purchased these
Yep.
weapons legally. I think they said a couple days after his 18th birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Legally.
So,
Okay.
yeah, so he went to a store and bought it. They said in the same town. He bought it and um, you know, pulled off this foolishness.
Yeah.
The thing is, I know in certain states it is super easy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Here you need this card, and then you need this card and all that. So yeah, they running background checks and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But in places in the South, depending on where you at, all you need is a driver's license to say you legally from that state and you're good to go.
Yeah.
Now, there needs to be some type of checks and balances with that, some type of something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a politician. I don't know, you know. But as far as our 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 kids in our community, they get guns. The whole block got guns.
Yep.
The whole block got guns. They talk about guns like it's nothing. They tell the 30s and switches like it's nothing. They, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I think as a society, we have to kind of go back to some of the things that we used to do. As a society, we romanticize guns and violence, and saying, like, look at our some of our most popular movies are the most violent movies ever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like back when we was kids, depending on the show you were watching, they would show a person shooting, but they wouldn't show the bullet contact. They would just show the person laid out. Like,
Right.
okay, you can infer what happened.
Mm-hmm.
But in the movies now, you seeing somebody get riddled, and we like, dang. So I mean,
Yeah.
as a society, we got to figure out what we are. I mean, you got kids playing Grand Theft Auto and Call of Duty, and
Mm-hmm.
romanticizing violence, and then you want to know why everybody's so violent or so angry and all of that, man. It's just, I get, as a society we have to evolve and do different things, but certain things should stay the same because that's what was keeping people, I guess, in check in a sense. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Hopefully, as a society we figure it out. As a community, I hope we figure it out. And just a sad situation, man, all the way around.
Yeah.
AD, can you go back to that first comment that the
Yeah.
brother made?
Yes, sir. So it says the key issue, not guns. We never address why people snap, why countries hate us. We try to eliminate the threat instead of eliminating the issue people have.
So, thank you for the comment, by the way. This, I don't know if people know that this is Mental Health Awareness Month, the month of May.
Mm-hmm.
All month. But of course, that stuff is never talked about or publicized until
Right.
masses on social media. What's trendy is somebody getting slapped, or somebody ass hanging out, or somebody. That stuff is trendy. But when it comes to stuff like Mental Health Awareness Month and how vital that is, that stuff goes under the rug. That's why I'm glad that it's a lot of people out here, a lot of activists, a lot of groups. My fraternity, by the way, we're bringing awareness to it. Having different events, different gatherings, and things like that, right? To show how prominent mental health is.
Mm-hmm.
So I agree with this comment that oftentimes we don't take the time to address. It's just like, and look, don't get me wrong. I don't want this to come off the wrong way. I respect the people that went to fight for our country, that went to go to different places and, put their life on the line. But when they come home, they are expected to act as a normal human being when they've been trained to kill. How do you transition a person that's been trained to kill for a year or 2 years to go work as a post office worker? You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He still has a lot of mental stuff that he's dealing with. You see what I'm saying? So mental health, PTSD, it can come from many different things. It can come from, seeing somebody killed, or you killing somebody, or you losing your parents, or it's just a lot of different things. So the mental aspect of it, I get. We don't take enough time to highlight why people are going through what people are going through, why they're going through it, why they want to snap, why they want to do this. Yeah, we don't take time to highlight that. But even still, in the same sense, I think gun violence is something that we've been talking about for years, but there's still been no solution. There's been no solution. It seems like anything has gotten worse because kids, like we just highlighted, kids are getting guns at an early age, 12, 13 years old, and thinking that it's cool.
Mm. Yeah, so, and I'm kind of with bro, I try to tread lightly, right? But there's a power struggle and then there's genocide, right? Then you understand that the access that you're able to have to certain things certainly are higher in different neighborhoods, right? But I think the gun control or gun policy, while that's such a difficult thing to navigate, is because there's a power struggle. Um, you lean too far to one side, then liberals or whatever the case you may want to say feel like their constitutional rights are now taken away. Right. So that's really why I think we don't have full traction in terms of how we attack gun laws and the issue of guns, because people are trying to hold on to this power that they have in certain regards.
Yeah.
But also, like bro said, I mean, it was the same thing with cocaine and drugs back in the day, how that got dropped in the neighborhood. Same thing while you turn the corner, you got a liquor store in every corner in our neighborhood, right? It's just, I mean, certain stuff is just it's plain as day. Like you can't combat genocide. Like you can't say that this is just what it is. Oh, it just happens to be here. No, it doesn't just happen to be here, right? So there's so there's two components to that, man, and I think that it's going to be a constant battle in terms of how we move forward with that. But at some point, you gotta. At some point, it has to be about what's best for society, right? Because society right now is struggling in every form or fashion.
Facts. Something has to change, and at a certain point, I felt a lot of people when I was reading all day how people were saying I don't even want to send my kids to school. Like I felt that. I have sons, in elementary. I have I felt that. You see what I'm saying? I want to give my deepest thoughts and prayers to anybody that's lost their child during that horrific and terrible incident that happened. Because as parents, that's your worst fear, right? That's your worst fear to have that happen. So we want to give our thoughts and prayers to the families and the victims that happened in Texas. And on behalf of Bars and Buckets, man, we just want to. Something got to be done, because that could have been Chicago, that could have been our hood, that could have been our cousins, that could have been our kids, and at a certain point, something has to be done. Maybe it takes us. Maybe it takes a platform like this to highlight, doing some type of bringing more awareness to mental health. Calling up your guys, calling up your guys' kids, or talking to your little homies in the neighborhood, whatever it is, to do something different. Something has to happen.
Yeah.
So we want to take the time to highlight that. If you have anything to comment on it, please be sure to, we always circle back and talk about that because it's important. It's important to our community. So what we're going to do, fellas, I feel like after that, we need to take another free throw, man. Let's get
so, let's not only that, but, before we take this another free throw, man, I think that, just to kind of cap off this segment, we had I want to say it was 19 children and 2 adults whose lives were taken in this. So if we could, for those of you that are chimed in and checking in with us, if we could take just 21 seconds just in honor of them and just have a moment of silence real quick for them. Appreciate y'all. All right, let's get that free throw ready, man.
Ready?
Let's go.
Do it.
It's
Woo. Okay. All right. We're gonna switch gears. I think we have one more comment before we switch gears. You see it?
Yeah, we think we got two of them coming in. So
Let's get it in.
so we got people are too afraid to do the each one reach one. Okay. Yeah, that does have some validity. They're afraid of the youth, and the youth have no fear of any consequence.
I want to respond to that.
The first one or the second?
Both of them.
Okay.
So with the each one reach one, we lost the village concept in our community.
Mm-hmm.
We lost the village concept. It became that you can't tell my baby this, you can't tell your baby dead wrong though.
Right.
Somebody better tell them. But parents want to be friends with their kids instead of raising them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, working in the school, I see it every day, all day.
Every day.
All day.
Yeah.
And it's like they don't fear consequences because there's nothing being done at home either.
Mm-hmm.
You get suspended from school, and your mama and daddy still take you out that Saturday by the Jordans. No consequences. There's nothing. There's nothing. We so like as a community so afraid of them being mad at us and them not talking to us and them not being our friends and all that. Man, we ain't friends. I love my kids. They ain't my friends.
Yeah.
I'm here to guide you. I'm here to show you the way. We ain't friends. When you got mamas and daddies smoking weed with their kids, they don't fear consequences, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
In my profession, I confiscated weed before. Had the mama call. That's our tray 5. I don't know that's IKD.
Right.
I don't know what to tell you.
Right.
You ain't getting this back.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. He took that from me.
Yeah.
He got that in my room. Like, what?
Yeah. You ain't getting it back.
Nah. That ain't gonna happen.
So that's what I'm saying. It got to be an overhaul on parenting, and I'm with them holding parents accountable for stuff. Parents got to be held accountable for stuff. Your kid out here wilding and acting a fool.
Yeah.
You got to feel some of that too, and not all parents, because some kids are different around when they're not with their people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We see it every day. Kids come to school, you be like, man, you would think, man, they people ain't teaching them nothing at the crib.
Yeah.
Then me get with their mama or their daddy, and they're like, man, what I just tell you, man? And Shorty know verbatim, he didn't heard it, it's been taught. He just, when he not with them, he or she gonna do something different.
Yeah.
So
there's a clear difference between I'm in my kid's life and I'm trying, than negligence, right?
Yeah.
We there's a clear difference. Like nobody's the folks that we talking about in terms of really holding you accountable is just the negligent people. Like you don't want to be accountable, so you ain't holding nobody. You ain't even holding your own kids accountable. Like there's a negligence there,
right?
Like, and you have to be held accountable if you're just negligent. You know what I'm saying? Like bro said, there are plenty. There are kids that I know for sure when they go home, like mom and dad be on them.
Yeah.
And they just do something totally opposite. It's just something about being around their peers that they have to prove something different, right? But then the ones that are just like, all right, man, ain't no way. Like I know you ain't doing nothing. It's clear that you ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I think when we talk about the accountability piece, it's certainly we talking about those that are just outright negligent and not doing parental duties.
I mean, then you got parents that are out of the loop with their kids because they work all the time. Like, for example, you have a lot of kids that when they leave to go to school, their mama or daddy in the bed sleep. They didn't just came in from work. So when a kid leave to go to school, they people sleep. But when they go home, mom and dad at work. It's $20 on the counter for some pizza or gyro or something. And they doing whatever they want. It's all type of stuff going on in their house that they have no idea about. They putting 8 to 10 to 12 hours somewhere else.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then coming home at 6, 7 in the morning. And we'll lay down. And that student come to school or that kid go to school acting up. So when you call in the crib, Pop sleep. Pop sleep. Pop ain't heard none of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, latchkey kid.
Yep.
I agree. I think that just to cap off this conversation, one of the most important things to highlight in this situation that I feel like is I speak on, but I don't feel like a lot of people speak on it. But what if they do? It kind of goes under the rug. I mentioned last night, 72% of women are single mothers. All right, 72%, meaning that there's no father in the home. There's no baby daddy in the home. There's no father in the kid's life.
Mm-hmm.
That woman is raising that kid by herself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So when we talk about a village, yeah, a village helps. But if a father is not, fuck being at home, because we already know the likelihood of a mother and a father being in one home raising a child is
Right.
damn near non-existent over the last 10 years.
Right.
Very,
So
very true.
So let's just take the mother and the father in the same home. Having a mother and a father just present in a kid's life, you will increase the level of, you know what, I know my parents got a gun. I ain't even gonna do that because I know my parents raised me better than that. I know my mom, just to have that part, have your father in your life is so vital. And that's why we need to advocate more of, man, you need fathers being in each kids' lives, man. Even if you smashed her, you don't want to be with her, whatever. A lot of niggas just get up out of that. No, man, you got to see it through with your shorty, man, because these kids, I'm telling you, the new generation of kids, they going to show y'all how important it was to have that father figure in your life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, I have a question, though. Is that 72% of women are like single mothers where Pop ain't around at all? Because I was reading a conversation about what a single mother, single father is.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is so I'm asking a question. I'm not about to go down this road,
Right.
but
Right.
a single parent, or single mother, or single father is when they are doing it 100% by themselves.
By
Mm-hmm.
themselves.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I meant, because when I got the 72%, it's from the last 5 years, since 2017. So 2017, 72% of women do everything for that child.
Mm.
And that the dude who got him pregnant ain't nowhere around.
Okay.
He may
Well,
slide through when he want to smash the mama or something, but if she ain't trying to give him no play, then he ain't doing, you know what I'm saying? So that is, I feel like it's a huge difference in what a child, we talk about mental health.
Yeah.
That plays a huge part of the kid's mental health growing up.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot that play into, the psyche of a kid, man. Like growing up, you gotta go with, all right, my daddy don't want me. Then you have, in some cases, where mom is so mad at dad still, and you look like that nigga.
Mm-hmm.
She can't stand you,
Mm-hmm.
so she treats you a certain way. You know what I'm saying? And then you got that as far as him not being around, he don't want me.
Yeah.
She treat me wrong, and then we poor. We got this going on. We got that going on. This stepdaddy came through, so now I got 4 more brothers by 3 different dudes. You know what I'm saying? It's just like too much going on, and it pull at their heart, it pull at their mental. Like then you got to take into account when I leave outside and gangs and guns and all this going on. It's just chaos. If you look at the average kid growing up in Chicago that live in the hood, it is total chaos around them all day.
Right.
Fighting and arguing. Their mama cussing somebody out. Their daddy cussing somebody out. Grandma cussing uncle out. It's just total chaos.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't got money for this. We pitching in to do this. We pitching in to do that. Everybody broke. Everybody mad. Guns and gangs. And then you can do. But be pissed off and angry. Then you want to know where they come to school. Pissed off. Tweaking.
Yep.
Cussing you out first thing in the morning. We had kids come through the door. Good morning. Man, shut the fuck up talking to me.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
You just got here, bruh. Just got here.
Shut your bitch ass up.
Yeah.
It's man. If people really want to know right now in the school system, there's not a lot of actual teaching going on. It's more social, emotional therapy, kumbaya going on. You can't even because you can't teach a kid that ain't really there.
Good 70%.
Yeah.
And I may be nice with 70%.
You got to do a whole host of talking and therapy and all of this stuff just to even get them to be able to go to class and sit there and understand why this is even important to them. Because they thinking, nigga, this chemistry ain't helping me, man. My light's cut off now, nigga. If you ain't teaching me the formula how to turn these bitches back on, I ain't trying to hear this shit, man.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah, that's true, man.
Y'all talking, man.
That's true, man.
I definitely want to switch to sports, but we got to read that last comment.
Yeah, let's just stay here, man. We go stay here for a little bit. Put this last one back up here.
Yeah.
So,
Corn, read that one for me, bro.
Most dudes not bitter. Most single mothers want to be single mothers. We have a culture issue of mothers preferring to have soul power than share power with a man. I'm sorry. That's 10 Cup. My bad.
Yeah.
The last part of that, he says, we have a culture issue of mothers preferring to have soul power than share power with a man. Y'all know I was raised by a single mother, right? My pops, I don't know what, I don't know where he at. I've seen him probably 2 or 3 times in my whole life. My narrative is different than Cornell's narrative. Cornell's father's been in his life all his life.
Right.
So there is a lot of guys that grew up like me. There's a lot of guys that grew up like Corn. But I want y'all to take a guess. If you had to guess, who would you say is more guys that grew up like me or more guys that grew up like Corn?
No, definitely more guys that grew up like you.
Yeah, more guys.
Right.
Yeah, like I've heard, I've been in plenty of conversations with people like, what? Here's your daddy.
Right.
Nigga, what?
Right.
My situation was a little different. You know what I'm saying? Just a little transparency. You know what I'm saying? For me, I didn't have my mother like most people had a mother. She was there, but I didn't have my mother like most people had their mother. You know what I'm saying? She was there. I could call her, I could talk to her, you know what I'm saying? But day to day, my old man was that person for me. So it's just, you know, so a lot of my situation was in reverse. You know what I'm saying? I'll just say it was my mom, I was able to, you know what I'm saying? We had a relationship, but how the average guy has that relationship with their mom, I didn't have that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
the biggest thing that I want to highlight with the point that the brother made is that when he said that most dudes aren't bitter, I feel like when it comes to, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong. It's just not y'all say how y'all feel.
Yeah, I definitely got a comment on that.
I feel that a lot of times when a dude gets a chick pregnant, let's just stick on that narrative. Dudes, for the most part, they smashing. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. And she says that she's pregnant. The initial reaction by a dude isn't like, oh man, we about to have a family, man. We about to get married. We about to have a kid. We about to have a house. That's not the initial reaction from a guy. Now, I'm not saying that he's saying, "Oh, fuck this bitch, I'm going from her and this child." I'm saying the initial reaction isn't that. Most women, when they're pregnant and they're telling the guy, more likely than not, they're thinking that. They're thinking like, okay, well, we can, work on our relationship. We can be a family, whatever, whatever. Now, it is a lot of women that's not shit out here. And if the dude ain't trying to be with them, they become bitter. And I think that's where that point comes in that, because for a chick, if you just told me for a chick, if I just told you I'm pregnant and now you acting ghost or acting funny and you moving different, she's going to act bitter, which in return sometimes she's going to want to keep you away from your child because she's a strong black woman. She can hold her own shit down by herself. Right? So that comes with the strong, independent black woman. I don't need a man for shit, that type of part. So it is a lot of women out there. So I pull them on that point.
So the kind of, all right. So this is something my old man told me a million times. All right, you got her pregnant, right? You stuck your meat in a row. 1 + 1 = 2, homie. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you expect? Yeah. You let off in a. You should already expect like that to.
It's a possibility.
Happen. It's a possibility. So ain't no such thing as just, I skeeted. Oh, you got pregnant. Nah, nigga, you had something to do with it, bro. You the main reason.
Right.
So, in that regard, men gotta
step up, man.
I know it's a semi-family show, but men gotta have some dick discipline.
Yeah. Like you can't, you the one that chose to be out here doing whatever. So you can't be mad if she pop up pregnant. Like, what else you thought was gonna happen?
Now, in the regard of you just not taking care of your seed, you got to take care of what's yours.
Yeah.
That's why it's a lot of shorties out here running wild as is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of, I've had shorties break down in tears in my office just about they daddy ain't being around. I mean, boo-hooing. I'm talking about shorty, as the shorties say, they savages and demons out here on these streets. This is their words.
Behind that closed door,
man, boo-hooing, snot. I ain't never met my daddy, and every time I ask my mama, she keep telling me that nigga don't want to see me, and they angry, bro, because of that. Now, as far as being with her, if you don't want to be with her, you still got to take care of your responsibility. You still got a responsibility to that child. That child ain't did nothing to nobody.
And the flip side of that is, if he don't want to be with you, don't take that kid away if he's trying to be in that kid's life.
Right. Now there's some piss poor ass baby mamas out here.
Right.
But also, I noticed the liquor done kicked in a little bit too. And I forgot. But it is some bitter baby daddies out here.
Yeah.
Just all of us have attempted to date. All of us have attempted. How many times you done been ready to go on a date? She like, he said he ain't coming because you need to sit your ass in the house with my son. You need to do this, you need to do that. I ain't taking it, so you can go out here and do dating and this and that. We know it's some bitter dudes out here, man.
Factual.
So we can't just all put it on female. There's some bitter, and I had a chick use a term I had never heard, and I cried laughing when I heard it. She called them tender dicks. That shit had me crying when I heard it. I ain't never heard nothing like that in my life. I cried laughing. But there's some of them out here.
Yeah.
There's a nice portion of them out here.
Oh yeah.
So we can't.
I don't hang around. I don't even hang around dudes that don't take care of their kids. I don't associate myself in a conversation about nothing. We can't talk about nothing, bro.
Shit.
We can't talk about what's going on in sports.
Right.
We can't talk about. I don't associate myself because one, like I said, I grew up. That's how I grew up. My pops wasn't around. You see what I'm saying? I don't associate myself with people that don't take care of it, because at the end of the day, what is you doing, bro? If you got shorties out there that you not taking care of, now don't get me wrong, everybody's situation is different. Some people ain't working or whatever, whatever. But
You ain't working, but you got time.
at least spend some time with that shorties, yo.
Mm-hmm.
What is it gonna hurt to go pick them up, take them to the park once or twice a week until you get on your feet? Like, that stuff matters. So when it comes to being bitter and all that stuff, sometimes you ain't gonna have the finances. It's just some niggas out here that just work all the time, so they can't really see them like that, so they just send them money or whatever. But I don't associate myself with people that don't take care of their kids. Now, on the flip side, while we're sticking on this point for a little while longer, I will say that the women out here that they dangle their kids in front of the father.
Yeah, they're not pawns.
The father, but dangle them. You see what I'm saying? That's not cool either.
No, that's not cool.
It has to be something has to give. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something got to give, man. And if we want to strengthen our community, we definitely got to fix that issue. It got to be fixed, but it seems like the gap is getting wider nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother conversation.
Like I said, I don't, I'll read this one. Narrative changes when you learn your father's side of the story. A lot of men go through hell with the woman and realize why their father wasn't around. Sometimes men never look at their mom's objective. Wow.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Got some truth to it. Yeah.
Got some truth to it, but at the same time, put it like this: we all fathers. We all very close with our kids.
Mm-hmm.
So you mean to tell me if y'all exes start acting crazy and all that, or whatever, is that gonna keep you away from your child?
Hell no. You already know that. I'm going to war.
Yeah, you ain't got no choice.
You already know that. I can't go.
I understand it. I understand it. I definitely understand it. But at some point, that seems like a easy way out.
A cop out.
Just stay away. Because at the end of the day, put it like this: that person with that logic that walks off, you don't know what is being told to your child. You don't know what programming is happening, or what they being taught about you.
Yeah.
And then you come back 20 years later, 25 years later, like, no, see, it was your mama. My mother's the only person I had with me for 20 some years. So you mean to tell me I'm supposed to go off your word?
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't even tell me happy birthday when I was 11.
Yeah.
You don't even know, nigga, when is my birthday?
When is my birthday? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so people with that logic have to be careful on how they maneuver when they try to come back or whatever with their kid. I hear it, but I don't hear it.
Yeah.
I hear it, but I don't hear it. Yeah, some people, some women are unbearable to deal with.
That definitely is goddamn.
Some of them are unbearable to deal with. But at the end of the day,
what's the true focus?
Take her to court.
Yeah.
Get your visitation. Be in your kid's life. Pay the bread. If you got to pay child support, pay child support.
It is.
But ain't no more conversation after that.
Mm-hmm.
The judge just told me you get $358 2 weeks. $358 2. Hey, so and so, $358 2 weeks. Just tell my man to come downstairs. Tell my daughter to come downstairs. Yeah. You got what you need, what they told me to give you, right? Now I'm going to spend time and do what I do with my kid.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And leave it at that. But I know men scared to have somebody in their check, in their money and all that.
Mm-hmm.
We all understand that. But at the same time, it's your kid. You're going to spend that money anyway. Niggas would be mad spending $700 a month on their shorty, but they hang with their homies getting drunk every week.
Yeah,
Blowing
a bottle is
fifth after fifth, fifth
And
after fifth. This
and
blue 700 on
right,
fifth.
right. And you know that add up.
Yeah, blue. You done bought 7 fifths in a month. That's damn near child support.
Mhm.
So what you're doing is fucking up your child's life, fucking up your relationship with your child, and fucking up your liver.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this is what I want to do. And like I said, welcome to Bars and Buckets, man. I'm glad this show is on, man, because we talk about a lot. And trust me, I guarantee we're gonna talk about a lot with sports because it is a game 5 going on tonight between the Boston Celtics and the Miami Heat that we definitely got to go into. And I want to talk about what's going over there in Dallas with Luka and Golden State too. I really want to talk about this here because I think, I'm different. I feel like that series, people were sleeping on what that series is about to do. Not saying it's about to be no crazy shit. I'm just saying, don't be surprised if that series go 7 games. I'm just throwing that out there. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But
what
one more thing, I see him shaking his head. I know the boys is playing crazy, right? But look, I'm going to do something that's impromptu. My brothers don't know about this. Everybody don't, So look, since we're talking about this topic, I want to get, and I like doing impromptu stuff to catch people off guard, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, AD, Corn, everybody that's listening. Last night, we recorded a show called Thinking Outside the Box, right? And
let them know it's your show. Let them know.
Let them know that's
promote
another
yourself.
one.
Promote yourself, bro.
Yeah. Thinking Outside the Box is a show I do on Indie TV Network. We get a lot of good reviews. We've been doing it. We're in our 3rd season, man. That show is off the chain. If you get a chance to go check it out, Indie TV Network. It's called Thinking Outside the Box. Me, Moolah Monster, Holy Grind, B Scholar. We taking over there. We get in trouble a lot because people watch the show all over the world. But it's crazy. So what happens is on that show, people send in letters, right? And every show I'll read the letter of what people are going through, right? And I give the people a chance to comment about what's going on and give their opinion, so hopefully we can help. So I read this last night and the people gave their opinion. And I'm going to post tomorrow or maybe the next day about the whole segment. But right here on Bars and Buckets Live, I'm going to read it to my brothers, read it to you guys. And I want an honest opinion about what I'm about to read. Okay? You guys ready? It's not long.
I'm down.
Right. Let's get it.
Okay. It says, this is a young lady that wrote into the show, right? And I read it on air last night. And I kind of like it. I'm kind of dark. I'm in the scenes. It looked pretty, sad. That's cool. Cool. Okay, so here's the letter. She says, me and my ex-husband have been divorced for about 6 months. We have a 4-year-old son whom we both love to death. Here's the issue. The reason we got divorced is because he confessed to me that he was gay and wanted to be with his new lover, who is a guy at our church. Of course, I was devastated about the news, and even a part of me wanted to still work things out. But we just ended up going our separate ways. The problem is that now he wants our son to spend the night with him at his new home with his lover, and I'm just not comfortable with that. And to be honest, neither is my son. He is still at an age where he is confused about what's going on, and I don't want to confuse him even further by letting him witness his dad with another man when he's been so used to seeing his dad with me for all these years. My ex-husband is giving me a real hard time about seeing his son, but I think I'm doing what's right and I'm doing what's best, at least for the foreseeable future. What do you think? So, fellas, people that's listening, this woman is saying her and her ex-husband aren't together no more. They have a son who they both love. The ex-husband left her for another man, left the marriage for another man. So the ex-husband and the other man have a house, and the ex-husband is saying, look, I want to see my son. I want my son to come spend the night with me. I want to be out. This is my son. And she's saying that I don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen. I don't want you to do that. So we were just talking about fatherhood and parents and women and things like that. What do y'all think about this situation, man?
You right when you want to go off script with this shit, because this right here.
It's
So
tough,
man, it's extremely tough. But so we just talked about, the importance of relationships, the importance of the father still being present, right? I don't think that and I'm just kind of assuming based off of the letter that the real true reason behind I don't want my son to be over there with you and your lover is because I don't want you to subject him to or force that view on him of becoming, whatever, right? So I'm just assuming that that's really the bigger issue, is that she really doesn't agree with the lifestyle.
Okay.
And she doesn't want that lifestyle to be projected on her son. But at the same time, I do think that, and here's the reality, right? So we talked about us being in education. Like I've seen like second graders who don't really quote unquote they say they have identity issues, but they clearly are, they didn't went that way, right?
Okay.
And it's whatever, right? So, but I think that in this regard, like, it may just be time to have a conversation about this is what dad's life is.
Corn. I see that Corn got the look over there.
Yeah, because I already know bro go come with his, so I'm just talking from the letter, right? So I'm taking from the letter and assuming kind of where her thought process is. But at the same time, again, we're still talking about somebody that wants to be a part of their child's life.
Yeah.
So where do we find a balance in that? Right? Where do we find a balance in, you know what? I don't really agree with your lifestyle, but I do think it's important that you stay in your son's life. So can we set some boundaries? Like maybe right now, because he's not of age, can y'all not be all affectionate while he over there? You know what I'm saying? Just, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just speaking, right?
Oh boy.
Because that's what I'm hearing when I hear the letter.
Okay. Corn.
I was trying to figure out what to say, man. That threw me for a loop.
Straight up.
But I agree with you, AD. I guess I hear not being affectionate and, all of that in front of their young son. Now, what I also heard was she's not comfortable. Well, my son isn't either. He's 4. He ain't really all that uncomfortable.
Right.
He ain't all that uncomfortable.
He don't even really.
She's like, well, he's seen us together all these years.
Yeah.
He wasn't even paying attention the first 2.5 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm all for a father being a father. But if I was her, I would have a conversation like, hey, can y'all, not do, I get all that. I get that part.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. These type of conversations I stay away from, bro.
And I could see why y'all got in trouble last night. I could see why y'all got in trouble last night, but I'm also gonna cuss you out because me and bro still ain't got no invite to thinking outside the box.
Oh man, stop it! Y'all pull up.
I've been on before.
Y'all can pull up anytime.
Oh, so maybe it's just me that ain't getting no invite.
I think I was season 2.
Yeah,
this season 3, right? So
for first season.
First season.
Yeah.
Definitely first season. But I watched some of season 2. I've been in the studio while they film season 2.
Yeah, that letter right there is like trouble season, bro.
Yeah, that's
like open. That's like open season for trouble.
Now I
There
know
is a
my
lot
cousin.
that goes in with that.
I know my cousin had posted something. I want to.
Blake.
Let's see it.
Yeah, I just want to see.
Blake just says sexuality doesn't change my answer. It sounds a bit homophobic. However, I feel like after 6 months, she'd feel like that if he was with another woman.
Yeah.
So you're saying that it wouldn't have mattered if it was a woman, or would it have mattered because it's a man?
I mean, you have mother saying they don't want their child around his new bitch.
Right.
She bet not do my daughter hair and this and that. You be hearing that after 6 months. So I mean, fam is damned if he do, damned if he don't. But that whole comment, bro, that whole letter, I don't have. That one shuts me up. I don't have that. Ain't man.
You don't want to get.
Ain't nothing in that bag.
Because look, I love Holy Grind to death. Holy Grind is a brother that's on the podcast thing outside the box. Very intelligent brother, pastor. He does a lot of great stuff. But the comment that he made on that show last night got him some heat. Because what people don't like to realize and don't like to hear in this society that we live in, as far as the LGBT and all this stuff, it's okay if a person don't believe in that lifestyle. I don't know why people get so offended if a person say, I don't like that. That's not what I like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in that.
I definitely agree with you on that.
Right.
I definitely agree with you on that. But when you go down that road, you got to be ready for war. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
This ain't the Will Smith slap.
Right.
This something you can say the wrong thing, bro, and you can't come outside.
For real.
You can't come out. You be canceled.
Be on your corner. Like,
bro,
wait.
You gotta watch what you say. You gotta watch what you say just off the strength of something you say, man, it mess with your livelihood, bro. And you make burgers.
You see what happened to Kevin Samuel? I mean, I didn't mean to say it like that. But I'm saying Kevin Samuel has been a blogger, YouTuber, has been giving advice and giving his opinions on stuff for years. And people have been talking all type of shit. What I want to say is that one thing that I want to acknowledge about that letter, and we're talking about fatherhood and stuff like that, a woman is mad anyway if a man leave her for a woman, period. She's already mad in her feelings, jealous, bitter. She's already mad about that. But for a woman to know that a man left her for another man, I think it's something about that. She's like, damn. So it's like
triggered.
It's a, like, damn, I'm not good enough. He got to go to a whole nother man. And the dude is like, well, look, I just want to see my son. I just want my son to come over. So I get it as a father aspect. But what happens is oftentimes in these situations, this is why a lot of kids grow up without their fathers for a certain period of time, because maybe the father is on drugs or something, or he's in a gang, or he's and the mom is like, I don't want you to be around your father because he's on drugs. I don't want you to be around your father because he's in the gang. I don't want you to be around your father because he's gay. It's all these things that women
let you around your kid if you in the gang.
In the gang, right? The gang.
To some of them, that's cute.
The woman makes the bulk of the decisions about their child, regardless if the father wants to be in the life or not. But the woman has to say so. You see what I'm saying? And that's the thing that I'm saying is like, if a man ain't doing what a woman wants him to do, then she has the ultimate say so. And I don't think that's right.
The mother has the say so depending on your presence in your child's life.
Right.
If you one of them, every blue moon, I'm gonna get. I got them on Father's Day.
Right.
I'm gonna take them on my mama house on Thanksgiving, but I'm gonna drop them off at 4. So you better be at the crib.
You better be at the crib before.
So you tell that nigga he better be gone when I bring my son, because there's smoke when I see buddy ass.
Right.
One of them every blue moon daddies, she gonna make all decisions. But in our case, we already know we in our kids' lives on the daily.
Yep.
So they gonna pick up the phone. Hey, what you think about this? What you think about did this? What you think about that? hey, I wanted to do this, but I want to holler at you first.
Mm-hmm.
Now they didn't probably took all the steps. They just ain't hit send on that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
Right,
they at least run it past, like, oh damn, all right, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
But major decisions, you know, ain't none of our exes making major decisions about our kids without hollering at us.
yeah, that consistency piece is key, bro. Like that consistency piece and that involvement is real key in that.
Yeah.
So a lot of what you may see from that side is from what we talked about is just being absentee and not really being involved. So you can't expect to have, you know what I'm saying? Like how do you expect to get that type of say so when I can't trust that you're not even around enough to know you might not even know your kid got asthma because you ain't around.
You ain't attempted to make some
You ain't
decisions for me to
attempted to
even
make no
trust you to
decisions.
even make some decisions.
Exactly.
Matter of fact, when the last time you text me and just ask, was he good? You know what I'm saying? Like, dudes, people, daddies be out here don't even say nothing to the parent. Call mom, hey, he good. He need this. He need what he need. What blah blah blah. All right, hey, all right, I went and pick this up. I'm gonna drop this off. Blah blah blah. This that whatever. They don't even attempt it. They just pick him up. All right, I got him. Take him, get a haircut, bring him home, dirty, same clothes he had on when he left.
Right.
You ain't attempted to wash nothing. You ain't did nothing, but you want to make decisions.
Mm-hmm.
You even gave the little dude a bath all weekend.
Damn.
Nigga got mud behind his ears, and she's supposed to trust you. Come on, man.
Yeah. So look, man,
who you say made that comment, bro? Holy Grail?
Grind made a comment.
Grind made the comment. Okay.
And Grind's a pastor, right?
Yeah, I know.
Where he's coming from.
Yeah.
Grind says some stuff that, just listen to the show. I'm telling you.
It's y'all uploaded it already?
Huh? I'm
Y'all
gonna
upload
it tomorrow. It's on my page.
It's on your page already? Okay.
It's on my page. The full show is on my page. So after this show, you can just fast forward all the way to the end and just listen to what it. Because look, I'm not saying he made no good points, but we live in such a sensitive community now where you hear comedians going through it all the time. Comedians, Dave Chappelle, they're getting blackballed, they're getting treated a certain way for saying gay or talking about. You see what I'm saying? So when you say stuff on the air live, people are going to attack you, and that's why I said we do this podcast, but I'm pretty sure if we say something that somebody don't like, we gonna get talked about. These comments off the chain, man. What were some of these comments?
Man, y'all got men sounding bad. I think it's more deadbeat moms than deadbeat dads.
Okay.
I don't really know how we got men sounding bad though. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think that we're coming from a perspective of everybody's accountable, both sides.
I'm definitely coming from that angle.
Like there's bad on both sides of the equation. I think that's the angle we're trying to come from. We ain't trying to badmouth guys, man. Like,
no,
but at the same time, I'm gonna call your ass out if you a deadbeat.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are.
It's definitely deadbeats on both ends. It's definitely deadbeat mom, because it's a lot of mamas. Just because you got custody of them, but your mama really got them. Because you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole host of stuff. Mm-hmm. But this is a sports and hip hop show, so we're kind of scanning over it.
I mean, tonight, shit, we may have to just ride with this because this is getting heavy, man.
I'm with it because I'm ready to let loose on this topic. Really,
it's getting heavy tonight. We might just ride with this shit.
We can ride with. Hold on, let me just give a quick update. I think Boston is up by 4. It's the third quarter. Game 5, Boston and Miami. I think the winner of this game win the series. That's just my personal opinion. The winner of this game win the series because they've been going neck and neck. We'll talk about the Golden State and Dallas Mavericks series in a sec, but I was going to give a quick update on the score. I think it's Boston's up by like 4 or 5 right now. It's still the third quarter. But to piggyback off what he said there's more. Now y'all know how I am with statistics, right? Mm-hmm. He said there's more deadbeat moms than deadbeat dads. Mm-hmm. Statistically, that is not accurate.
Mhm.
If we're going off the stats,
Right.
that is not accurate.
I mean,
Now, it doesn't
numbers
mean
are
that
ambiguous.
there isn't truth to it, because there is a lot of deadbeat moms. We just had Mother's Day. It was a whole bunch of ain't shit bitches out here talking about what my Mother's Day gift at. What are you talking about, bitch? What do you mean? You take care of your kids. Your mama take care of.
Right. And that's
So,
the thing. Yeah, man.
I get it. I mean, there is a lot of deadbeat moms out here, but statistically, and I hate that we're not bad mouthing men. I said earlier in the show, I don't hang around dudes that don't take care of their kids.
Mm-hmm.
I take care of all my kids, and I don't give a fuck if I tried to have them or not. Okay, you can put it out there. I didn't try to have none of them motherfuckers, but I take care of all of them. God damn it! All right, I take care of all of them. So.
This nigga stupid, man.
There's men out here that take care of their kids, whether you want to have them or not. Now, I get your point, bro, because women do go under the rug a lot about not taking care of their shorty. So let me ask Corner AD, like, do y'all feel that? Okay, let's put it like this: in y'all life, do y'all know a woman that is not the best mother in the world? You ain't got to put no names out there, but do y'all know a woman that's not the best mother in the world?
I mean, in my lifetime, I've met.
Yeah, I've met a few.
I've met enough.
Yeah,
I've met enough.
Met a few.
Okay. Yeah, they out here. So
they definitely out here. Like, we ain't saying they not out here.
Yeah. Well, though I'm sure those city girl types are not the best mothers. I'm sure those city girl types, those period poo.
Period pool. All right, the period pools out here.
Yeah, I'm sure they're not. I'm sure they're not. You know what I'm saying? But at the same rate, being real, you gotta hold us a lot of niggas out here that don't take care of their kids, bro. We see. All right, put it like this: dad ain't around. Even if the city girl is the main parent, the custodial parent, she's going to get the respect for sticking around. Right. She's there. Yeah, her grandma, her mama and her grandma got them. Her auntie got them. Right. She got a support system and them dropping off at school and this and that. Yeah, she's twerking at Club Live or wherever. She's twerking, kicking. She doing her. Right. But her being there was getting her the credit of being mom. Mom. Dad, you somewhere totally different. You don't even know nothing about Shorty. If you brought Shorty to your crib and made him a sandwich, you wouldn't know what he and she want on it or don't want on it, or even if they like sandwiches. Yeah. Mom may have a sense because grandma didn't told her, mama didn't told her, but she's there to a degree. To a degree. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, she gonna get the credit for being mom. So yeah, she may not be shit. She may be a whole few therapy sessions herself for the kid. There's some trauma with that too. But to say like we're trying to make them all men, son, nah. It's a bunch of men right here. Yeah. But there's some whole ass niggas out here that don't take care of their kids, man. There's a lot of whole ass niggas out here that don't take care of kids.
Call a spade, bro.
I mean, his moms ain't out here. That's why part of the situation that we live in here in Chicago is happening. But because I read a post where it was like, well, the dads ain't around, so who's raising them? The mothers. That's why this shit the way it is. It's the way it is because the moms ain't got no control and the daddies ain't there. So everyone's equally to blame.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Everybody equally to blame. Both of y'all ain't shit.
Right. We really want to be true about it. Y'all can't figure
like their adult issues interfere with taking care of their kids.
Right. Yeah. Like Cuzzo say, I mean, if you want to be fair about it, man, like if y'all can't figure it out as adults on what's in the best interest of your kids, that's the bigger issue. Like, what's in the best interest of your kids? Forget the fact that what you thought was going to be ain't that no more.
I
Okay.
thought y'all was getting married and
Forget
you
all
had a
that.
house and a ring picked out and all that.
Forget all that.
Don't even mean nothing right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to realize that the energy is, it flows over, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You have to, you know, as adults, just man the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you gotta be just do what you gotta do for the sake of the kids. Whatever disagreements you may have, or you may not, you know, you agree to disagree, that's fine. That's life. Shit, that happens. But are we doing what's in the best interest of the kids? That clearly, whether we wanted it or not, both of us are not in this situation as parents.
Can I make a typical controversial Reggie statement?
You might as well. Here, we shit.
Go for it.
Look, man, people don't talk shit about me anyway, and I've been used to it, and that's fine. Okay, all right. And look, the views and opinions of Big Reg is not that of Bars and Buckets or Corn or the Real AD. All right, these are views and opinions of Big Reg, right? A woman decides whether she wants to keep the baby or not, right? So a woman will know that she's pregnant by a no good ass dude who's in the streets or gang banging or selling drugs or calling her bitches and hoes or slapping the shit out of her and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, she will decide to have that baby, right? Then when the baby comes and the nigga still shows her what he's been showing her, you get what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
At a certain point, now I'm not advocating abortion. Like, I'm not advocating abortions and nothing like that. I'm just saying.
Get right on your ass.
Right on your ass.
I'm not advocating abortion. I'm saying women need to stop busting your kid open for niggas that's not shit. That's all I'm saying. Stop having sex with dudes because you know they the bad boy. They that type of they you know what I'm saying? Stop letting them niggas hit raw. Stop doing all the stuff that may cause you to have a baby, because at the end result, you're gonna be having a decision. Oh damn, I'm pregnant. Okay, Craig, I'm pregnant. Bitch, I don't want you or that baby. Now you like, oh, well, I'm still gonna have a baby, motherfucker, and I'm gonna put you on child support. Bitch, I don't get no fuck you and that baby. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you put yourself in this position because women choose sex, men choose marriages. I'm gonna say that one more time. A woman chooses when sex happens. A man chooses when marriage happens. You chose when to have sex with this man.
Any relationship for that matter.
Right, that's anything. Yeah.
So it's like you have to take accountability about the likelihood of this child growing up without a father. And I know I'm gonna get hell for that. I know it.
Well, I mean, I think look, the abortion piece where I thought you was about to go was gonna be the side that you was gonna get hell from. I don't think that what you said is inaccurate, right? Because it is a reality behind that. It is a reality that, you know, there is a choice. There's a choice of who you fool with. There's a choice of who you're choosing, right? Because you have a type, right? Because we have this conversation. They know exactly what they're getting into for the most part, right? They know exactly what they're getting into for the most part. The issue becomes, and we've had this conversation off topic, the issue becomes you think that this situation is going to change.
Yep.
Right? Just because now the baby's in a situation, that's not going to change who that person is. if the cards have been shown, if you know who this person is, it's clear as day because nothing is ever different. You can't change him. And I think that a lot of women have the false reality that if I do this or if this happens, I can change him. It's the flip side. It's the same way with women. If you show me your cards, I know who you are. I can't change you. I can't change who you are. And I'm not expecting to change who you are because then that's when you have problems. That's where the issues come in when you try to change somebody that's already shown you who they are. And you think a situation is going to change who they are. So I agree with you to that extent that you cannot change people. Like who they are and who you choose is who you choose.
Facts. Go on, tap in, man. I said, oh, kid, hold on, don't put me on Kevin Samuels. Look, I got shit to do tomorrow. I can't be done. No, I can't be done. No, don't put me in that category.
All I'm gonna say is, man, I had conversations with people all the time about this topic, man, just in general. And I always try to stay neutral or I'm holding both sides accountable.
Right.
So my comment is only gonna hold both sides accountable. I'm not gonna sit on here and say all females ain't shit and niggas is angels.
Right.
And I'm not gonna say all niggas is angels. You know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't shit and all females is angels. So everybody gotta be willing to pick up and clean up their act. Clean it up. Everybody gotta be able to. It takes two people to make a child and it takes two to raise it. If one ain't there or one is fucked up and the other one gotta carry the load, you ain't shit. You was there for the nut on both sides, the female or the male. You was there for the nut and you didn't stand 10 toes with the product. So, I mean, everybody got to be adults in the situation.
Yep.
Everybody has to be an adult.
Yep.
So what? He left you for another chick or a dude or whatever? Because that letter, that was wild.
that was wild.
I mean, you got chicks leaving dudes for
girls,
for chicks,
for women, right?
So a dude gonna feel the same way. Don't have them over there doing that. You gonna have the same thing. Don't have my son over there doing that, and it's gonna take a hit to your ego. It's gonna take a hit to your ego. You was the last pipe she had, and you turned it to some nigga. What? You gonna tell me they gonna bruise your ego? You gonna tell me they ain't gonna Reggie?
I get you though. No. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you.
You the last meat somebody had, and they turned up
you, bro. Look,
a lesbian.
You were the turning choice.
Like what?
Bro, I promise
what
you,
type of pipe was I dishing out?
I promise you, I'm with you. I promise you, I'm with you. But feel me on this, right? If a dude is married to a chick and she like, look, baby, I'm be honest with you. I've been messing with another woman and I'm about to go mess with her. Whoa. A dude will be like, damn, what the fuck? But I guarantee you, some point within that time frame in the next year or two, he gonna try to smash her and her new lover together. He gonna try to finesse his way in there.
That's because
women ain't doing that.
We into conquering shit. We into conquering shit. That's a challenge now.
That's a challenge now. Yeah.
It's a challenge now.
Yeah.
Now it's a challenge. But initially, you're gonna be hurt.
Like what the hell?
Pipe was out. I made her whole lesbian, bro.
Even still, Joe, we men, and we've been there. But it's a different feel to know that your woman is with another woman other than out here taking, goddammit, Dino Monster.
You rather be a lesbian than a Dino demon.
She ain't out here taking no Dino. You know what I'm saying? I feel a little bit better knowing she ain't taking no Dino. It's a man thing. I know I'm not the only one thinking this. I still will be hurt.
Yeah.
But I feel better knowing that she ain't getting power driven. By
Talk
Andre
about
Giant.
sports now.
You know, I
I don't wanna
was
talk
better
about
knowing
sports.
that. That's all I'm saying. That's all.
I've had enough tin cup.
Maybe
I
we
just
can
want to talk about sports.
maybe we can figure out how maybe we can figure out how to become polygamous now. Since
Hey,
if that's where you want to go, we can figure that out.
I'd rather talk about Mitch Trubisky right now. The Pro Bowl.
Let me give y'all a sports update, man. Let's see
The
what's going
Pro
on.
Bowler, Mitch Trubisky.
Let's see what's going on. Boston is up. Still by 4. It's still a tight game, man.
Yeah, this is the
Still
first
a
tight game of the series, man.
And I'm glad it's like that because I'm telling you, I feel like the winner of this game is going to win the series. They're in Miami right now. If Miami loses, it's going to be tough for them to go in Boston for Game 6 and win.
You say it's
they
sad?
can't get there.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
it's 62-58.
62-58,
Yeah.
third quarter. Still a lot of game left, you know. So I feel like that game is close. So let's let that game play out. But I want to spin on this Golden State and Dallas series. Now, you know, and real quick, guys, because Game 1 between that series between Dallas and Golden State, we thought that this was about to be a dog fight. Like we thought that these motherfuckers about to hoop. This can go 7 games.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Game 2, like I'm saying, the way that they play each other, I feel like it's a good matchup. Now, Golden State, I don't think they were supposed to win. That first 2 games was like they picked it up. They found out how to play because Jason Kidd, for whatever reason, likes to double. And you can't double nobody on Golden State. You can't double nobody on Golden State because they going to fire your ass up. Even Draymond Green is like 20-some, 30-some% from the field by shooting. Draymond Green.
Yeah.
So I think they figured out their matchups. Dallas avoided getting swept last night, which is good. They're going back to Golden State for Game 5. A lot of people saying that Golden State is going to end it. I feel like, and this is me saying this on air, if Dallas wins this game tomorrow, if Dallas finds a way to win this game 5, I think they go back to Dallas for Game 6 and win, and I feel like they go in 7 games. Now, I'm not saying Dallas is going to beat them in 7. I'm not saying that.
Okay.
I'm not saying Dallas is going to beat them in 7, but I'm saying tomorrow's game, pay attention. If Dallas beats them in Golden State, which they almost did, almost beat them because they was up like 20 points, right? In the second game. Dallas was up like 20 points against Golden State. And they just blew their lead. If Dallas finds a way to win this game tomorrow night, they're going to go back to Dallas and tie it up 3-3 and go 7. So give me your thoughts on this Dallas and Golden State series.
Well, I mean, Dallas has come out with some intention, right? Like they've pretty much been winning most of the games this series. The issue becomes that when the Warriors go zone and make that adjustment, they don't have an answer for it. And when they can't hit shots, Dallas is pretty much shooting themselves out the game. If they can't hit 3-pointers, they're not going to win. Yeah. That's just the reality. Whereas at least Golden State is attacking the basket. They got backdoor cuts. They got some movement going on. Dallas offense is technically really stagnant. And it's like, you know, Luka is doing him and he dished it out for a 3-pointer bailout type of 3. So if they're not connecting, it's no chance. Warriors had a pretty off night yesterday.
They really did.
They had a pretty off night yesterday, and Dallas had a little more balanced scoring yesterday, which is really what they really need in order to make it competitive. I think Steve Kerr. Let me take a fucking shot for that shit.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
I think Steve Kerr made a mistake of not leaving that second unit in when they was cooking. I think if that second unit had played it out and made that run like they were doing, they probably closed out yesterday. It would have been a sweep. But to caveat your comments, your point of view, I do think for me, I feel like they close out in Game 5.
Okay.
I feel like they close out in Game 5. I feel like some of it was like, I want to close out at home in front of my people. And I know we didn't play the best, but yet we still came back from 20 down and end up only losing by single digits, right? And I know you said if Dallas win 5, it's going 7.
Yep.
I feel like if Dallas does end up pulling out game 5, I think game 6 Clay kicks in.
Game 6 Clay.
And game 6 Clay ain't gonna allow that thing to go 7.
Corn, where you at?
I mean, Dallas, they got a win yesterday. They finally pinched the bitch.
You pinched the bitch.
I mean, other than that, Luka, basically, what's happening to Luka? He went to the wrong set and got jumped. They whooping him every game.
Yeah.
He finally came with some reinforcements yesterday, but Golden State played like trash. I'm gonna say this: Steph Curry finishes the next game. Yep, Steph Curry gonna finish that next game.
Yeah,
I'm going with Steph gonna have at least 40.
At least 40. Say this is the first game yesterday that he didn't have 30 plus this series, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, I picked the Warriors to go to the finals. I'm not. I'm still.
Draymond don't even have 8 points.
Mr. Triple Singer himself might have a 999 line tomorrow night.
Who you talking about? Who you talking about?
Draymond.
Draymond gonna have 8 points.
You know Charles calling Mr. Triple Single, man.
8 points, 13 boards, and 6 assists.
Okay. Boston is leading by 11 going into the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm. Here's the X factor though. I'm gonna give you the X factor on both sides. So Luka, for the first time last night, did not score more than 40.
Okay.
Right. The rest of the role players stepped up and hit some shots and played a little better. I think their recipe for winning is going to be that. Like it has to be more balanced. The unsung hero right now for the Warriors is Kevon Looney. Kevon Looney has been destroying, and it ain't even destroying from an offensive perspective, but his ability to play defense on a big, switch off on a pick and roll, stay in front of a guard and make it difficult. Be able to, like you said, bro, like Dallas is making the conscious choice to double. So if you double, know somebody open, right? So he's rolling to the basket, and when he rolls, he's either finishing aggressively, or he's making an intelligent pass to somebody that's open. So I think really he's the unsung hero right now in this series, even though Steph was playing out of his mind and everybody else was doing what they do. I think without him right now, the way the series is playing, without him playing the way he's playing, I think it's a different series.
I like Golden State to win, whether it be 5 or 7. I picked them going to the finals. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying that we've seen what Golden State do with 3-1 leads before.
Facts.
We've seen what happens when they have 3-1 leads. Mm-hmm. And we've seen what happens when the Dallas Mavericks this season, and even in the playoffs, they're underdogs and they go down 2-0, or they go down, you know what I'm saying, how they fight back. I just say if they find a way to win this game 5, they have all the pressures on Golden State. Mm-hmm. And I feel like they better go ahead and knock them out. If you're gonna hit them out and knock them out, you better knock them out next game, because they gonna play hungry. And with that being said, you guys love Boston. Y'all are Boston fans this season for whatever reason. So Boston, y'all are. So Boston is up right now, and let's just say for Pete's sake, Boston beats the Heat in 6 games or 7, regardless. Let's say Boston comes out this series. Mm-hmm. y'all realistically think that the Boston Celtics are going to beat the Golden State Warriors to win the NBA championship this year? Just asking.
I never picked who was
I don't
going to
think.
win.
No, I have the
Oh.
Warriors.
Okay.
Yeah, I have the Warriors.
I had Phoenix and I had Boston going. Well, Phoenix didn't work. Boston.
Phoenix didn't work. Right, Boston is there. Yeah.
I
So
didn't.
you still have Boston?
I don't have who gonna win. I mean, like I said before on the show, I don't really have a team anymore after the Thunder broke up. After the Thunder broke up, I don't really have a team.
Yeah, I think that realistically, what I would like to see is Boston and Golden State, right?
Okay.
I don't really know if I have a dog in this race. Like I'm saying, I'm picking somebody because you like, bro, you got to pick a side. So pick a side, right? I'm picking the Warriors because I know what this is like. I feel like this is retribution, right? I feel like this is y'all forgot about us. You dissed us. We was dealing with injuries and all other things, and you thought that we was done. So I'm going the Warriors way on that. Because I think the firepower is I think that they have enough to do what they need to do. And I think when they get back to that finals, it's gonna be like, oh shit, like we back where we were kind of used to being, But I don't think it's going to be an easy series, right? I don't think it's going to be an easy series. I think it'll probably go 6.
Talking about Boston and Golden State.
Boston and Golden State, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a cakewalk. I think that Boston has the pieces to be successful, but they're inconsistent. I think Cuzzo just said that too. They have the firepower, and I'm sure he's referring to Boston. They have the firepower, but they don't play consistently enough. Golden State in the finals 5 or 6 games.
Okay. Corn, you get the same thing?
I'm gonna go with. I don't really have. I mean, all right. Let's see. Who I'm gonna pick between both. I'm gonna go with Boston. I want to see this unit win. I want to see this team win.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see the Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown thing work. I want Marcus Smart to get a ring. I want to see them win. We didn't see the core of Golden State win already.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Andrew Wiggins can wait till next year.
Okay.
I don't want Wiggs to get his ring, man.
He can wait till next year, man. I mean, like, it is.
Like real talk though. Like, I think that the chances of Boston returning and being competitive and making their way again to that finals may be a little higher than Golden State. I think that they're finding their rhythm again. And I think that this year they're really just kind of on a mission to prove, like, when we're healthy and when we're competitive, like, you still can't fuck with us. Like, there's nothing, like, when we get hot, there's nothing you can do. I don't care who you are, right? So I think that's where their mindset is. But I also think there were a lot of unhealthy teams in the West. There were a lot of teams battling, some injuries, and that's and that's part of the game. So that ain't no excuse for me. I know a lot of people like to, such and such was injured, that's why they made it. No, people got to play. Injuries are a part of the game, so anything can happen. So I don't want to hear about that, right? But I do think it'll be a little more competitive once Murray comes back with Denver, with Jokic, and Michael Porter comes back, right? The shit show in LA, I don't know what the hell is going on there, what that's going to look like, but I would assume that they would be
which shit show in LA?
Both of them, but the Lakers for sure. But I would assume healthy they would be in a better position. So I don't know, so I think that Boston probably has a better chance to find their way back again next year than Golden State, depending on the health of the teams in the conference. So
Boston, by the way, then took the fuck off. They up by them at 20 with 9 minutes left.
Yeah.
In the fourth. So it is not okay. Look, I'll say this. I have not been the best Boston fan this year. You know, I definitely didn't see them sweeping the Nets. I definitely didn't see that. I actually picked the Nets coming out of that series.
I think all of us said it was going to be, you know, a competitive series. We didn't think it was going to go down like that. Shit.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming. Who they play in the second round? Who did Boston play in the second round?
Man, who did they play in the second round?
Damn, I'm drawing a Milwaukee.
There you go. Yep.
I picked Milwaukee, as we know.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Take my drink 9, goddamn.
Yes, you did, sir.
So you're admitting that you're not always right.
We ain't gonna talk about that. But, so I wasn't. I'm 0 for 2. I'm 0 for 2 with
no. Oh yeah, with Boston. I'm gonna say no. You're not
right. Boston. So, and
damn,
I didn't even pick them to beat the Heat, and I've definitely been the Heat fan. I didn't pick them to beat the Heat, but
I watched the Miami Heat game this
Yeah,
year.
they are officially up by 20.
20, yes.
Dub club
right now.
And I think that honestly, to all seriousness, I feel like a Boston and Golden State would be must-see TV. I think that would be
absolutely.
That would be a good finals.
Absolutely.
Right? I think it'd be good. But ain't no way in hell I'm picking nobody over them boys over there in Golden State in a 7-game series, especially with the fire that they have in their eyes right now.
Yep.
Jordan Poole is out there balling. Steph don't even got to play a lot because Poole is out there rejuvenizing that bench. You know, they have role players that Otto Porter with his goddamn Lionel Richie. Lionel Richie's son. I ain't trying to know, but that's Lionel Richie.
No, he actually looked like Will Chamberlain.
Right.
Oh,
that's what it really looked like. Yeah.
If you I seen a side by side.
Yeah.
Will Chamberlain. I was like,
oh yeah, this is over with, guys. Jaylen Brown out here pulling from the logo and shit and hitting threes. Yeah, just throw this game up, man.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah, it's all bad.
Beep beep.
Drive home safely.
I feel like Boston might close out next game, man. I feel like the Heat got to pull out their best effort.
Jimmy
is gonna win the next one.
Jimmy is gonna have to be Bubble Jimmy. Bubble Jimmy will get them to Game 7.
Wait a minute.
So they need Bubble Hero and Bubble Duncan Robinson.
If Miami wins next game and it goes 7, and you know they're going back to Miami.
They're going back to Miami.
Y'all still saying Boston go win in 7 games?
Well, I mean they're winning in Miami now.
That's a fact.
You know,
Game 7 is a different animal, though. We know
it is a different animal, but I just say that in the fact that, you know, sometimes you have to, as a team, you have to see that you can win in somebody else's arena, and it makes it a little different, right? We know Game 7s are Game 7s, and they gonna always be ridiculous, right? Like the atmosphere, the energy is just gonna be crazy, especially if somebody home. But at least you can say, "Hey, man, listen, we've won here before."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We've won here before. Let's just do what we do and just take the game as it is, you know? So, but yeah.
I think it's setting up to be an interesting ride. I feel like it's going to be a good finals regardless. I definitely see Boston and Golden State going.
Yeah.
If the Heat somehow find a way to go to the finals, I don't see that series lasting more than 5 games. And that's just me. But I want to switch gears for a quick second because this is something that I want to talk about that I was sold on in the beginning. I was sold on Zach LaVine re-signing with the Bulls. Sold. You could have told me nothing different. Sold on it. Even still, because he didn't make the all NBA team, first, second, or third team, he's going to not be able to sign a super max, which is about 250 something mil. Now the max that he'll be able to sign for the Bulls is a 5-year, 212 around million. Any other team can only sign up to 4 years, roughly about 150, 160. So the only way Zach LaVine can get paid is with the Bulls or with the sign and trade.
Mhm.
I feel that, and we talked about this on the show. We actually gave Zach Levine some advice about staying with the Bulls.
Right.
If Portland, if a team out there is like, look, Zach, we want to give you this supermax, this 255, but we can't because you didn't, if you can convince the Bulls, I know you cool with AK, if you can convince them to give you a sign and trade to our team, then come on, get this money. Do y'all think Zach will like, you know what? Fuck it. I want my 50 mil extra. Go ahead, sign and trade me. Or do you think he's smart to just stay forfeit, just say all that, stay with the Bulls? What do y'all think?
My opinion, like I said before, Zach Levine. I mean, well, I kind of changed my stance on the show because I understood what y'all was saying as far as the market and him needing his money. Me as a GM, I guess I would have to understand that. But the first time he opened his mouth about 200 million, I'd be like, bro, get the fuck out of here.
Like, oh yeah, we'll sign you. We'll do a sign and trade too.
It would have to be somebody that one of y'all would have to be in the room. Like, no, look at the market. The best guard after him is like some dude from Sacramento.
Right.
So then it's like, all right, we gotta pay Buddy because we don't have no options. But that would be a sign, and I'm like, bro, we just blew 200 million. We just gave. I mean, it's a lot of overpaid hoopers.
A lot of overpaid.
I'm not against a black brother getting his bread. I ain't trying to prevent his family from eating. None of that. It's just what I seen from my man in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Mainly against Milwaukee. I don't know. Now we was talking about, I know it ain't that time yet, but we was talking about giving, Debo a couple hundred, like, yeah, man, here's a summer bonus of 75 million.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. On top of what he getting.
Right.
Zach, bro, I mean, yeah, you've been out here hooping. You was holding it down before Debo got here. You was holding down. So I can see paying him for, paying him. I get that, but nah, bro, nah.
Yeah, I just think Zach has to really decide, like, of course, again, I want the brother to get paid, right? Get your money. But I think he has to decide, do I get my money with a slight sacrifice in order to put a competitive team around me? Or am I really just about getting my max? Because if I'm really just about getting my max, then you understand that there's going to be a chance that you don't be able to plug the pieces that you need in order to compete with the East. Right. So I think it just has to be a conscious choice with him. Like at the end of the day, I think it should be like, listen, I want to get as much as I can. And then at that point, it's like, as the Bulls, at that point, it's like, okay, with you getting as much as you can, this is the situation you put us in with how we build around you as a piece. And then he's like, I don't think I want to be. Okay, well, let's work on a sign and trade. You don't want to be a part of that because, listen, with me giving you this money, it's going to be at least another year or two before I can really put some stuff around you, right? So, I think it's in Zach's court, bro. Like, I think it's in his court to decide. Like, and I think he loves Chicago. I think he likes being here. But I think ultimately he has to decide what is going to be best for what he's trying to accomplish. Like, are you really about competing and trying to win championships, or is it just a payday? And if it's a payday, that's going to change the whole landscape of what we're trying to do.
I'll say this: he'd be dumb as hell to go to LA
Mm-hmm.
and play with dude. This is going to end up like Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
Dude made Kyrie start burning sage.
Yeah. Yeah. I did see reports, which I thought was false, but I looked into deeper. I did see that the Brooklyn Nets are reluctant to give Kyrie an extension So I mean, we have like this upcoming free agency, and that's why I'm glad that we're starting off season 2. Be sure y'all tune in to season 2, man. Season 2, we're gonna start off with NBA free agency.
Yes,
We're gonna
sir.
start off with NBA draft.
Yes,
Like
sir.
a lot of good content. You know, we got James Harden. You got like all these people that's that's free agents. My man,
James Harden, free agent.
he can
He got like an option, right?
option. He can turn down his
Yeah.
player option.
Yeah.
Same with come on, man.
Get that money.
Same with come on, man. Y'all know I'm drawing a blank. My man from Washington.
Bradley Beal.
Bradley Beal. Same
Yeah.
with Bradley Beal. He can turn down his option.
Yeah.
Now, free Bradley Beal.
Definitely free that.
Free Bradley Beal until it's backwards.
Man. Man.
Free Bill.
Think about this, Joe. Bradley Beal is making $50 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
He's in basketball.
You turn down your option for $50 million a year to go get what?
Well, I mean, that will let you know kind of what his motivation is, though, right?
Man.
That will let you know this because I mean he's getting paid now.
I'm sure he's gonna be in a Washington uniform next year.
Yeah, I mean he probably will be
45, 50 million.
Even John Wall ain't even have to wait the free agent. He's like, look, I'm picking up my John Wall making 40 something million.
I'm picking up my 44. Yeah, I'm picking my 44.
John Wall got free money for like if he let's just say John Wall been in the league, look, we'll just say 10 years. Yeah. John Wall got free money for like 7.5 of the month. Easy.
Man, if John Wall deny that player option and be a free agent, they're gonna pay that mark an Italian beef dipped with hot peppers and a strawberry pop to play for the goddamn. Ain't nobody about to pay that man.
Ain't nobody paying John. But see,
he's still gonna get paid because put it like this: name me 10 guards better than John Wall.
Point guards?
Or name you upcoming free agents better than John Wall.
No.
Point guards that's on that market is better than John Wall.
Okay, you know I get into this. 10 point guards that's better than John Wall.
In the market.
In the market. Because y'all threw that piece in for Zach. And that made
in the
market. Who's better than John Wall?
I don't think there's 10 better than John Wall in the market.
I bet you ain't nobody gonna pay him $40-50 million.
No, I don't think no.
If Zach about to get 200 million, John Wall deserves 200 million.
When the last time John played? Shit. I gotta take
John Wall got knees like Fred Sanford. That motherfucker ain't about to get no goddamn 200 million nowhere.
Hey, if Anthony Davis can still get paid out here.
Hey, Glass Davis out here getting paid.
Yeah, street clothes Davis.
But at least he played a few games though.
32 of them.
Look, he played more than John did.
Hey, John is on vacation. John is working remotely. It's a pandemic.
Hey, John on the beach with some pina coladas, man. He was chilling.
Why do you think Houston did pay him to sit? You know, and Houston do got I ain't gonna cap. Houston got a backcourt.
Yeah, he had a player option though.
Houston got a backcourt of the future. Houston got a nice little backcourt.
Yeah, that boy Jalen Green dope.
Yeah, Jalen Green got some guys, man.
They got a nice little backcourt, and they got the number 2 overall pick. So Houston got a lot of ass. It's like they don't really need them, but they can't. Who the fuck they gonna trade for them? Ain't nobody about to pick up that contract on the trade market. You know,
is this his last year though?
This is last year going into it. Yeah,
this is going into his last year's contract.
This is last year of the contract. So in order to trade that contract away, you have to trade that to a team who not only has the room but has a player that is making that type of money. That's why when the trade deadline was coming up over the last few months, you heard John Wall for Russell Westbrook, and because they make the same amount of money. But who would make that trade?
Bro, this dude is making. This shit's crazy. This dude is making 48 mil.
Ridiculous.
48 mil, bro. And he ain't played since what, 2020?
Ridiculous.
Hey,
Ridiculous. That's why he like, oh, who? Me? Oh, no, I'm gonna pick up my option. I'm not, no, I'm declining.
yeah, he's in Houston
Man, I
next
decline
year.
that.
Hey, man. Let me just say this, brothers. We need to go hire us a trainer. It's time for us to make a career move. Look, we need to be a signing package. Hell, we can go to the D League. I don't care. But
Make me the 11th man on the bench.
listen, this brother making
875,000.
48 mil and ain't touched the basketball in 2 years.
48 mil. Yep.
Hey,
Wow.
shout out John Wall's agent.
Man.
Yeah. And you know
There's
what?
a lot of dudes in the league getting paid. Street Clothes Davis has the most amazing agent ever.
What the
This
hell,
nigga
bro?
only played. He ain't never played 82 games.
Let me see what Street Clothes making. Now, since I'm looking up
The
contracts.
last time I looked at Anthony Davis, the
He was
most
Rich
games
Paul,
he
right?
played was
Yeah.
75 games, and that was early in his career.
So next year he about to make 38 mil.
38 million, and I promise you, Anthony Davis ain't gonna play no more than 57 games next year.
This shit wild as hell, bro.
And in the playoffs, the Lakers, depending on what they do this summer,
It's wild as hell, man.
them niggas gonna be in the play-in again.
They only got 3 people on the contract. The Lakers only got 3 people under contract.
If I'm Jeannie
LeBron,
Buss,
AD, and THT. They only got 3 people on the contract.
If I'm Jeannie Buss, I'm getting rid of Anthony Davis for a pack of annihilators, 2 loose squares, and some pocket lint.
But banana flavored at that.
He had one of his best seasons before he got paid. And got back. Who you talking about, John Wall?
Who you talking about, cuz? Anthony Davis or John Wall?
Because when Washington paid John Wall, when they gave him that extension, John Wall was having a career year that year.
So you might be talking about John Wall then.
And that's why I fear about the Zach LaVine thing, because if the Bulls pay him 200-something mil and he just had knee surgery.
Right.
Let's say LaVine have another year with knee surgeries and these issues. We're going to be stuck with that nigga on our books for $40-some million for the next 3 years.
And the Bulls scared of that because that's a Derrick Rose situation.
We already dealing with that with Lonzo Ball. Shit, we this nigga getting surgeries every goddamn year.
I mean, Lonzo, see, the thing with him is, he's scoring, but he's more of a facilitator.
Yeah.
So, like, he ain't really, like, I mean, his game is more like he gonna only be a benefit when he get out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can have 2 bad knees and Ron Harper your way to 3 rings. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as you can move the ball and people respect you enough to step up so you can dish it off.
Mm-hmm.
So you really need Lonzo for. But if we are banking on Lonzo to win, or banking on somebody with 2 bad knees and an Achilles to win a ring,
we screwing ourselves over with that.
Yeah, you might as well, man.
I think the Bulls' best bet for the offseason, and we're about to sign off in a little while.
Yeah,
but the Bulls' best bet for offseason is, I feel like Ayo is ascending. He's going to grow into a great point guard.
Mm-hmm.
That makes Kobe White expendable. I say we trade Kobe. We get the best offer we can.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't even got to be a specific player.
Mm-hmm.
We get the best offer we can for Kobe, right? There's been talks about doing a sign and trade with Vooch and Ayton because Ayton's having some problems in Phoenix. I don't know about that. I still like. I want to see one more year with Vooch, but I want to see him in the paint. He can hit threes, okay. He can pick and pop. That's cool. He's a liability on defense. He's not gonna block shit. He ain't blocking nobody's shot.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to see one more year with Vooch in the paint. Play him the right way. Let him, let him do what he do because he was a 2-time All-Star. And hopefully, if we bring Zach back, let's bring him back for about 5 years, about 180. I don't want to see him with 2+. Get him about 175, 180. Give us enough room to bring in some key free agents that can shoot. I think Derrick Jones Jr. is going to go in free agency because his market is going to be high.
Yeah,
like we're going to have to We're going to need a backup big. So we're going to need shooting. So with the Bulls, the key for Bulls to have a good offseason for this free agency, like I say, the draft is coming up. We got the number 18 pick. So maybe we can package that pick with Kobe White to get a great piece for our bench, or maybe even a starter. They was talking about Christian Wood. They was talking about a lot of different people. But, Patrick Williams is going to develop. I feel like if we can keep our team intact while keeping, Zach LaVine and things like that, I feel like ain't no way in hell we can't be back in the playoffs and make some noise.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think Christian Wood would be a good pickup. But we just need size, man. Like I think I think Billy's philosophy, where he's always kind of had a difficult time, is that he really doesn't value size as much as he values guards.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, you gotta have the size that you have on your team. They gotta be, able to. They gotta be flexible. Like you talk about you talk about what a big man in today's league looks like, right? They got to be able to run the floor. They got to be able to sprint rim to rim. They got to be able to be effective in the pick and roll defense. They got to be, it's just a lot of components. So I think when we look at, and I'm with you. I mean, I'm not against Vooch. Like I'm not, I know a lot of people who dog Vooch and like, Vooch is trash, and he's not really trash. I mean, I don't think the system in terms of play calling, I don't think that has benefited him at all. But I think that he could be effective if, again, like you said, he needs to get back to Orlando Vooch.
For sure.
He needs to get back to getting those paint touches, throw it in the paint, let the people drop off of him, let him dish it out, whatever the case may be. But just get him a little more involved, because what we noticed during the season is that when he's involved, even though he's not a great defensive player, when a player is involved on offense, they become much more engaged on defense. So his best defensive games were when he was involved on the offensive end. So if you want to pull that out of Vooch, then you have to make sure that he touches the ball. That's just what it is. If you just want him to be a guy that's just going to pick and pop and be involved in the pick and roll, then you're not going to get what you're looking for out of him. And you can't blame him for that, right? Because you're not putting him in a situation to be successful.
Yeah,
right?
I agree.
Yeah.
Damn, that's good. That's a good take, AD. I like that. What you got going?
All right.
Go on, drunk. That new drink, man. I told you that new shit you over there drinking, man.
Hey, I told him I'm finna go hit Benny's and find that, bro.
Yeah.
I'm finna go find that.
Yeah, man. Definitely interrupted my night. I mean, as far as the Bulls improving, if I got the opportunity to keep Zach and most of my core, if I had to sacrifice Kobe White to get DeAndre Ayton, I would.
Okay.
Rim protector, young. He can run with us, especially with Lonzo. Lonzo and DeAndre Ayton would act a fool. I'm pulling the trigger every time for that.
Okay.
I think the Bulls are in a situation where they gotta win or be back in that, create some hoopla in the next year or two.
Yeah.
I put it like this: if they don't at least make it to the conference finals next year, heads gonna roll.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say that heads gonna roll. Everybody must go. Liquidation. Everything must go at that point. I think coaching wise, I don't really believe in Billy Donovan.
Really?
I didn't believe in him when he was an OKC, and I was an OKC fan. When what's buddy name? Scott. The guy before Billy Donovan.
The one that's in Washington right now.
Right.
Shit.
I almost called that Scott.
He's with Portland right now.
No,
he was Washington.
he was Washington.
But anyway,
Scotty Brooks.
Scotty
Brooks. Yeah,
There
Scotty
you go.
Brooks.
Scotty Brooks ain't with Portland.
No, that's Terry.
He the
Scott.
assistant coach for he the assistant coach under Chauncey Billups. No,
He might
Portland.
be. He might be.
Scotty
I don't know.
Brooks. Scotty
So who the
Brooks,
hell is the coach in Washington then?
Right, because
the black
it was Scott
dude.
Brooks.
No,
Is
West.
that, Wes Unsold
Wes
Jr.?
Unsold is the coach.
Oh, you're right.
Okay.
Scotty Brooks is the assistant coach under Chauncey Billups with the Portland Trailblazers.
You're right.
Okay,
you're right.
well, Scotty Brooks.
Now, when he left, when he got fired, whatever we want to put it, when they grabbed Billy Donovan, I was like, what? I'm like, this wasn't a move to win. This wasn't a move to keep Westbrook and Paul George and them together. This wasn't any of that. I'm like, at that point, Westbrook needed a coach that was going to get on his back every time he did something he wasn't supposed to. You know what I'm saying? They needed and you bring Billy Donovan from college, come up and try to tell Westbrook what to do. Man, nobody listening to you, dude. So I was never a big Billy Donovan fan. And then when it was like, all right, well, we're trying to do some things differently in Chicago, and our new coach, our signing is Billy Donovan. I was like, man.
Now, he's not the worst coach.
He's not.
He's not the worst coach.
He's not, but he's a nice guy.
Yeah, I think
that's the problem. We don't need no more nice guys.
Yeah, I think that, and I agree with that. That's twofold. I think that one, he's the epitome of a player's coach.
They respect him. They respect him as a coach.
Yeah, he's
a player's coach is somebody that players like. Most of our high school basketball coaches, did you particularly like him?
Hell no.
I did, but you broke your neck for him. Though.
I hated him, but I knew he was pulling the best out of me though. So he would call me to the carpet like, bro, like you can score 30 whenever you want, but this ain't the game. I need you to do that shit. And if you pull one more of those shots, we gonna have a conversation. You know what, coach? You right. Let me go ahead. So I get you, bro. I'm with you on that. Like that's really what they need. Because as the season went along, you kind of saw like you need somebody that's going to really like say, hey, you hurting us more than you helping us.
Have some cojones.
Yeah, you on bullshit. You on bullshit right now. You hurting us more than you helping us. So I need you, to fix that. But I think Billy's biggest. Along with that, I think his biggest change needs to be how he makes adjustments. I think that he has to understand that sometimes speed and heavy guard lineups are not going to be how we're going to be successful. And when you have a rotation of people who are locked in defensively, playing together offensively, and there's a rhythm there, like you got to take advantage of that. I certainly think that Patrick Williams will probably be in a much better position going into next year since he's healthy, right? So he has whole summer behind him to gain that rhythm. I would hate to see Derrick Jones Jr. go. I think that he brought a lot to the team.
Somebody's gonna overpay for him, though.
Somebody's definitely gonna overpay for him just based off of what he's done, right? But I would love to see him back again too. So it's certainly pieces that we have that we could bring back, and pieces that we have under contract that could be successful. But at the end of the day, I think that now there has to be a conscious decision of challenging our players. We have to challenge our players to be better. Yeah. Right. We have to challenge them to when like Corn say, when they do fuck up, we got to challenge them to say, hey, bro, we not finna do this today. Like, this ain't what I need from you. Like, you can't turn the ball over 3 times in a row in the same way and think you're not gonna come sit on the bench.
Right.
Like, you got to come sit down, bro. Like, we got to have a conversation about this. Like, we can't win that way. But that's also a league. I think the league has transitioned to they're hiring a lot of nice guys. It's a reason why Mark Jackson probably hasn't been back in that equation, because we know what Mark is going to do. Right. So the guys who are really like that have a unique balance of coaching plus letting you be who you are, you know, those are the guys that are kind of being, I want to say overlooked, but they're not being hired like first off priority, because the high goal is player coach relationship. And it's like, you know, this is a player driven league. Yeah, okay. But at the same time, as a player, if I'm really who I am, I would want my coach to make me better and to tell me when I'm not performing like I should and what I should be working on.
Nice. It's going to be an interesting way to see how this pans out for free agency. Like I said, we got the finals started in about a week or two, so we're going to link up for that. Boston definitely beat the shit out of the Heat, so they went up 3-2.
93-80?
Yeah, it wasn't good at all. So by time next week's show, I think next week's show we're gonna have our finals. We're gonna have
June 2nd it start.
Oh, June 2nd starts.
Yeah, they've been showing like during the game. They'll
next Thursday, right?
Yeah, they'll flash something like final start June 2nd.
Yeah. So it's interesting to see how it's gonna play out. Last thing before we sign out, and we ain't gotta spend no time on this at all. But Colin Kaepernick, man, having a workout, his first workout in years
with the Raiders.
Yeah. How do y'all feel about that? You think that's a good fit for Cap to come back in the league to go play with the Raiders, man? When you talking about that division, what y'all think?
I don't think it would be a bad look, and the reason I don't think it would be a bad look because of who the head coach is. I think that Josh McDaniels, who has been known to, you know, create packages or strategies that maximize the talent on the team. He's been away a while. I mean, I don't know what his workout looked like. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know what his workout looked like. I mean, they say that he still looks like he's in pretty good shape in terms of football shape. But it wouldn't be a bad backup to Derek Carr. He's not going to be signed to start. Let's just make that clear. But I do think that getting him back in the league and really giving him another opportunity, because really when he left, it wasn't like he wasn't able to perform and compete on an NFL level. He just left because he was really blackballed in that situation.
Yeah.
So I don't, you know, so I think that he could still be effective. He's not at this rate, he's not a starting quarterback, but he would certainly be a good piece for a team in terms of backup.
Yeah, I agree. And it's good for ticket sales. So this is Vegas, you know, so, you know, it's good for ticket sales. And, you know, we know the NFL is a injury-driven league. So as soon as, goddamn Derek Carr get a cough and Kaepernick is put in there, it's going to rave and it's going to be on Monday Night Football. They're going to flex the game. It's going to be a big thing.
Right.
So, you know, I mean, I think it's a good opportunity. Quan, what you got?
I'd like to see him get an opportunity. I think it'd be cool for him to be back in Nevada. I mean, he went to the University of Reno. I think, you know, it'd be somewhere where he's fairly comfortable. If he get the media out of his head and what he can and can't do and all that, you know what I'm saying, he'll be fine. But he's not really going to play. He'll back up. He ain't going to play. He's going to be holding the clipboard with a headset on. You know, kind of like another coach almost, telling people what he see and all of that. I mean, right now, they just trying to clean, the NFL just trying to clean up their image because they know they foul. They definitely foul. They got to clean some things up.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see how that looks. We know that there's a long season of 17 games in the NFL, I think. So it's going going to be a lot of games played and injuries can happen. So I'm curious to see what happens, man. It's going to be before you know it, man. NFL season, we supposed to be taking the gas to go check out some of these games. So I'll be tuned for that. But look, this show was different, man.
Yeah.
Very different.
I digged it though.
Yeah, it was
I
different.
digged it today.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I'm only lightweight drunk. Well, no, fuck lightweight. Midway drunk.
I'm slapped. I'm so
But
slapped.
But yeah, we all good, man. Look, man, we want to thank y'all for tuning into Bars and Buckets, man. As always, be sure to go follow us. Just like the page, you get alerts for every time the show comes on. Be sure you just comment and just continue to rock with us. Thank you to all our people. Thank you to Blake. You know what I'm saying? Blake, the homie, man. Thank you for always commenting and chiming in with us, man. We love you, bro. Gotta have you on the show.
My ship, Rob.
That's Chef Rob. Yep. Definitely Rob.
I appreciate both of y'all, man.
Yeah, everybody's rocking with us. CCTV, man, been coming in, chiming in, man.
Definitely.
So we appreciate y'all. We're gonna continue to keep growing.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting hot in a motherfucker outside in Chicago. So we're gonna be outside doing things, man. Making a difference. So, bros, get some final thoughts, man. Tell them where they can find you.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Blake, man, on your recovery, bro. We praying for you. Hope that's a speedy recovery,
man,
from your procedure. But yeah, man, like we always say, man, make sure, as always, when we chime in, y'all click, share, and subscribe. Bars and Buckets on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We're on Apple Podcasts, Apple Music, Google Podcasts, and of course Anchor. So make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe and share and get this out, man. As you can see from tonight, sometimes we'll flip the script on you in terms of how we bring it, but it's always relevant and important information. It's just what we do. But as far as me, find me on Facebook at Adrian Dury. Find me on Instagram, Urban Gentleman 85. And you know what I'm saying? Just, I'm always here, man. If you want to hit me up in the chat, ask me a few questions, you want to get on the show, be sure to reach out, man, and we'll make sure we get you on here to chime in. Corn, go ahead, bro.
Oh man. All right. So Corn is so slapped. Thank everybody for watching. Y'all should have told me to stop. So I blame all of you watching. Let's see. Find me IG gold_mind _CEO 84. Facebook, find me at Cornell Shelby II. I'm always down to talk rap. Always down to talk life in general. Hip hop, sports, the state of our community, state of our country, state of whatever. I'm always down. So if you hit the inbox, ask me a question, I'm gonna give you a 100% real answer. So hey, appreciate y'all.
Scrub the ground, scrub the ground, scrub the ground. Who sing that song? I've been singing that shit all day. Who sing that Scrub the Ground song?
I know Quavo is involved.
Yeah.
That shit all day. And you know another shit, real quick. Moneybagg Yo has been growing on me, man. Like I've been finding myself listening to a lot of this dude's stuff, man. And it's normally I don't even really run across his music, but Moneybagg Yo, I see why people say he got it. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if it's the lyrics or the beat or the way his flow is or his sound, but Moneybagg Yo has been he's been I've been fucking with him. Of course, I'm Reggie Move 4. You can find me on Reggie Move 4 on Facebook. Mr. Move 4 on Instagram. Nonside on Instagram. All that good stuff, man. Look, this is one of the shows I love doing. These are my brothers, man. I love them to death. Do anything in the world for them, man. But we're gonna continue to keep rocking and rolling, man. The shows is gonna do nothing but keep getting bigger and better. Be sure you like you said, be sure to follow us, man. On Instagram, Bars and Buckets, YouTube, man. We on all social media platforms. It's curious to see what's going to happen with the NBA playoffs. But I think it's going to go the way exactly we're going to go. Corn picked Boston. AD picked Golden State. I picked Golden State too. But I think Corn is just so drunk that he don't want to bet no free throws. So we're gonna give him a pass for not, for picking Boston because he slapped. So that's
we could talk free throws next week. I'm too tired, I'm about to go get in the bed, bro. For real.
All right, man. Look, we love y'all, man, bros.
Definitely.
You know what it is, man. Till next time, we Bars and Buckets, man. We're gonna see y'all next time.
Yes, bros, hang back for a second once I end the broadcast.
You know it.